What is going on, LDN wrestling fans? Tom Mitchell here, and welcome to episode number 12 of LDN Capital TV. Tonight, we will kick things off with a singles contest as Filthy Phil Powers will go one-on-one with Josh Faulkner. Then, we'll have an over-the-top rope battle royal featuring some of LDN's top stars. In our main event, it's the hotshot Joey Scott, the LDN Capital Champion, going one-on-one with one of his top students, Reece. We got a jam-packed card for you guys tonight, so do not go anywhere. It all starts right now.
These are dangerous days.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, therefore 1-4 with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, it's Filthy Phil Powers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to LDN Wrestling Capital TV, episode 12. Many thanks to Tom Mitchell and, of course, our fantastic ring announcer, Steve Litton, for bringing us up to speed on our first competitor here. This, of course, is British wrestling veteran Filthy Phil Powers as he makes his way to the ring. Today, we are having a great show for you tonight. We have got two fantastic single bouts as well as a battle royal. The first bout is going to be Filthy Phil Powers taking on Josh Faulkner, and we are coming to you from Gray's, one of the fantastic venues that LDN Wrestling visits each and every month here. Just go on to ldnwrestling.com.
His opponent from London, please welcome Josh Faulkner.
Well, here comes Filthy Phil Powers' opponent, and as I was saying, if you go on to ldnwrestling.com, you can find out exactly when and where you can see the stars of LDN Wrestling at a town or city near you. Josh Faulkner then coming to the ring. Fantastic physique on this young man. Coming in from London to take on Phil Powers. Powers, of course, from Essex. We've seen Phil Powers on a number of occasions, both here on LDN Capital TV as well as on LDN London Eye. And the one thing to know about Phil Powers is his veteran status has been well earned, as has the nickname Filthy, because he will do whatever it takes to win a bout, whether that is breaking the rules blatantly in front of the referee or trying to con the referee in breaking the rules where the referee is, well, just blindsided by the fact that he didn't see it, but Powers is making a habit of doing that here in LDN Wrestling. Josh Faulkner, of course, this is his LDN Wrestling Capital TV debut, and we are very excited by what Josh Faulkner brings to the dance, so to speak. Josh Faulkner, of course, standing in about 6'4".
This contest also from London, Lucas Jackson.
Well, Lucas Jackson refereeing today. So Faulkner standing around 6'4", Powers around 6 foot. This is going to be a great contest. They're going to start up with a nice test of strength. Powers immediately rolls backwards to take control of the wrist of Josh Faulkner. Very simple start there from Phil Powers. Faulkner in a little bit of troubles, nips himself up nicely, ducks underneath and turning that wrist lock back to his advantage. As you can see then, Faulkner taking advantage of his height, forcing Powers down to the knee, stepping over, wrenching on that AC joint of the shoulder nicely there. Josh Faulkner stepping back over to apply a little bit more torque, a little bit more pressure. Powers then rolls through to his feet, switches the wrist lock and takes it into a backhammer hammerlock and to a nice headlock, and controlling that arm once again, not giving Faulkner the time to determine how to get out of that move quickly. Now Faulkner then, not sure what he's trying to reach for right there, but that's probably not the best scenario. Oh, he flips himself, kicks Powers out the way, and gets back to his feet there. Powers pretty upset by that, but Faulkner pretty happy with that ending, as it leaves Powers frustrated and Faulkner enthused. The two men circling each other once again. Powers getting in the face of the crowd here. Collar and elbow tie, very quick headlock from Josh Faulkner into a headlock takeover, nicely done. Powers then reaching with his right foot, grabbing that headlock takeover. Look at this, Powers then trying to grab hold of the hand, but Faulkner then always he's keeping that grip on right there. Faulkner able to turn it. He's on his tiptoes now, Faulkner. Oh, beautiful agility there, nice balance, standing into that headstand and nips himself out of that. Very nicely done there from Josh Faulkner. And once again, Phil Powers frustrated by Faulkner's seemingly ease of which he is able to get out of a hold that Faulkner had. Once again, the two men circle up. This time they go for a test of strength, that Greco-Roman knuckle lock. I would say that Faulkner would be the favorite here, but look at Powers as he sticks that left leg behind. But Faulkner then, beautiful neck bridge right there. That is a tailor-made move for a wrestler. And Faulkner then able to bring himself to his feet and takes Powers down with a pinfall. Well, a two-arm lateral press right here. Powers then continuing to get out, and it looks like Powers, look at that beautiful neck cravat right there with his feet. Powers still in hold. Oh, but look at that from Faulkner breaking with his hands. There's no choke going on there. This is just a nice neck cravat right there from Phil Powers. Good control. Powers noticing his shoulders off the mat, but Faulkner breaks the cravat and now puts Powers into a very, very bizarre submission hold right there. Turns it across, and here we go with a very nice open leg bow and arrow move by Josh Faulkner, and Josh Faulkner then stretching Phil Powers' groin, making those hip adductors feel some pain. Is Faulkner about to extend a hand of friendship to Phil Powers in a very precarious position? Well, there you go, and Powers then being stretched even further from that, and he did not appreciate that right there. And now Phil Powers complaining to the referee, but the referee having none of it, it seems, as the two men get to their feet. Once again, Faulkner coming up on top in that exchange early on in this contest. Well, folks, we are encouraging you to get those YouTube subscriptions in. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers, and when we reach 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube, we will reward all of our subscribers with an exclusive interview with an LDN wrestler of your choice. You could choose Phil Powers, or you could choose Josh Faulkner, but you could also go deep into the archives and choose any LDN wrestler, past or present, to be interviewed by myself, and we will bring that to you exclusively here on our LDN Wrestling YouTube page as soon as we reach 3,000 subscribers. So make sure you're clicking that red subscribe box. Make sure you're commenting on this or any of our videos as to which LDN wrestler you would like an interview from, and we will bring that interview to you as soon as we reach 3,000 subscribers here. Don't forget, of course, to enable notifications by clicking on the bell in the top right-hand corner. That will get you notified every time LDN puts a brand new video or classic content up on our YouTube page. Phil Powers then with a beautiful step over turnover pin right there, and goes for the, look at that front cravat lock. He tries to overhook the left arm of Josh Faulkner, unable to do so as Faulkner is able to turn out, throws that wrist lock and flips Filthy Phil Powers, and now has an extended version of a shoulder bar right there. Powers then beautiful roll through into that headlock, and as soon as Faulkner had the ability to wrench Phil Powers' shoulder, Powers was having none of it and takes back over control of this bout. Shoot off from the headlock, and Powers puts Faulkner on the floor. Powers standing over him, goes for a quick pinfall, just a 1 count. Powers goes for another quick pinfall, no hook of the leg, but Phil Powers is not trying to win the bout right here. Phil Powers is trying to exhaust Josh Faulkner. And these pinfalls, every time he has to kick out of them, Faulkner is being asked to exude more oxygen. And now Phil Powers then, look at that, rubbing the cutting bone of his right forearm into the side of Josh Faulkner's head, and now wrenching the jaw open from the top. Goes back into that front cravat lock, now opens him up. Picks him up for a body slam, does a nicely job there. Josh Faulkner weighs 18.5 stone, ladies and gentlemen. That is no small feat right there, but Filthy Phil Powers climbing up to the top rope. What's he got for us today? Oh, he went for a high there, but landed right. It looks like Josh Faulkner stepped down to his knee, and Powers landed, well, I don't even think there was a lot of contact there. I think Phil Powers is trying to have us on right here, and the referee looks like he's warning Josh Faulkner. I don't think he did anything wrong there particularly. Well, now Phil Powers with a snap suplex, and, well, Powers doesn't seem to be feeling the after effects of the move that he claimed. Nice leg drop right there, and ladies and gentlemen, you joining us here. You are joining us in the midst of a Phil Powers, Josh Faulkner singles bout, first to one fall right here. And we just have Phil Powers, I would say, try and con the referee into some form of low blow, which did not happen. But this time then Faulkner drops down, tries to trip him up, and Powers takes him down with a shoulder block. Powers back on top, as you would expect, and a very nice neck grapevine right there from Phil Powers. And Powers then in control of the larger, younger, more muscular Josh Faulkner, and then breaking open those fingers, but still with that neck grapevine on, controlling him. But when he's controlling the neck grapevine, it's blocking the view of Josh Faulkner. Faulkner can't see that Powers is able to grab those hands quickly and try and break those fingers up, but he hasn't broken the grip yet. If I'm Josh Faulkner, I concentrate on trying to, there you go, turn that across, unhook the legs if you can, or do exactly what he just did in a beautiful front roll to break it, and now puts the headlock back onto Phil Powers, now takes him in control, lifts him up, but Powers breaks it, and did you hear that right over the head right there from Phil Powers? Irish whip to the corner. Faulkner comes out the corner and gets given a nice left arm lariat kick out. Powers goes back to controlling with the headlock. Well, Josh Faulkner then again trying to work his way up to his feet. He's got both of his arms wrapped around the waist of Phil Powers, enough to push him into the ropes. He pushes him off, breaking the headlock, ducks down, goes through, pass by right there. Huge cross buttock. Picks him up with a couple of 2, 3 off the boat. Powers comes back in. There's another one. Middle rope, Powers back in. One more. Powers continually going back and forth like a jack in the box right there, but Powers then snapmare takeover, taking control. Goes to the corner. Goes to that leg drop again. Faulkner moves out the way this time. Josh Faulkner is on his feet, ladies and gentlemen. The crowd behind him. Beautiful drop kick. Powers sent into the ropes right there. He's tied up. Phil Powers tied up in the ropes right there. Well, the referee, Lucas Jackson, he's away. Shoulder block. Wait, what? The bell's rung, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're going to wait and see what the referee gives the instructions to Steve Litton. I'm confused.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the referee has disqualified Josh Faulkner, saying it was a blatant low blow. I didn't see it. Did you see that?
Well, I'm in full agreement with Steve Litton, and I'm in full agreement with the crowd here in Grays. There was no low blow, and this is the second time in this bout that Phil Powers has tried to con the referee, and it seems like the referee, Josh Faulkner, has fallen for it. Well, that's unacceptable.
Oi, referee, you're the only one that saw it because no one else here saw it. No one. Are you sure? Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Filthy Phil Powers.
Well, very, very disappointing result there. Filthy Phil Powers is given the victory, and well, as you can see, he's absolutely fine. Oh, and even now pretending to have hurt his midsection or his... No, that's just disgraceful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you can blame Filthy Phil Powers, but to me the blame falls right on Lucas Jackson, the referee, and well, there's going to be a disciplinary hearing for sure. But folks, we are heading on to our second bout of the evening, and we are seeing the LDN Capital Championship defended right here. We are going to the Princess Theatre in Clacton as Joey Scott is taking on Reece Riley. And folks, a little bit of background for you. Reece Riley actually broke into this business thanks to the hotshot Joey Scott. So this is some form of mentor versus student encounter right here. And Joey Scott, very, very athletic as we've seen.
He's the reigning LDN Capital Champion, the hotshot Joey Scott.
Well, there is the hotshot Joey Scott getting a tremendous reception right there. And here comes Reece Riley. Well, it's the first time we've seen Reece Riley here in LDN Capital TV. And he comes down to the ring. And again, just as a reminder that Reece Riley, he's in this business thanks to the hotshot Joey Scott. So this is, you know, I think there's a respect on both levels of this bout. I think that we're going to see, you know, both of these competitors respect each other. But I do feel that hotshot Joey Scott is without doubt going to have the upper hand, right? He's taught everything to Reece Riley, and unless Reece Riley has gone out and improved himself.
We start things off this evening
Yeah, so, you know, it seems like both of these competitors are respecting each other, they're respecting the rules, respecting the fans. This is going to be a tremendous encounter. I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of excellent wrestling right here, and then there's going to be a handshake to get us started. Very nice show of respect from these two right here. Well, here we go, folks. The crowd's certainly into this one. We're at the Princess Theatre in Clacton, a great venue for British wrestling and a great venue for LDN wrestling. Collar and elbow tie up right there. Joey Scott takes control with a wrist lock right there. Reece Riley trying to figure out a way out. Goes for a standing backflip right there and puts Joey Scott back into the same hold. Nicely done there from Reece Riley. He's got to start strong. Joey Scott rolls forwards, rolls back to his feet, head spring onto his feet there, and a single-handed cartwheel, taking Reece Riley, essentially saying, oh, into a top-hand wrist lock. Nicely done. Essentially saying, you can do some flips, but I can do some flips too. Reece Riley turns the top-hand wrist lock into an Irish whip into the corner. Scott goes up to the ropes, underneath him, goes from behind, goes up to the top. Breaks the arm, underneath there to that backhammer hammerlock. Nips over. Reece Riley take control of the back, goes for an O'Connor roll. Joey Scott holds onto those top ropes. Joey Scott with a nice arm drag right there. Joey Scott being arm drag right there. And this time Reece Riley takes and holds onto the arm drag. Very nice sequence of wrestling right there. Now Reece Riley on top at the very beginning of this bout. Not too much damage done, just a little bit of damage right there. And you can see Reece Riley then relinquishing that hold. Joey Scott goes right to that front-facing wrist lock. Reece Riley to the top rope. Beautifully rope-assisted moonsault onto his feet there and arm dragging. Scott goes underneath them. Riley then hooks up this time. Now it's Scott in control. Scott saying, I can do that too. Goes to the top rope, walks it through, flips over and gives him a lucha arm drag of his own. Fantastic start to this bout. Both men showing that they are capable of a lot of high-flying moves, and Riley then comes back into the ring. Scott leaves the ring. Riley goes through the roof, suicida dive, taking down Joey Scott. Very nicely done. Well, this is student versus teacher, of course, trainer versus mentor. Joey Scott, very much more experienced of the two. Reece Riley on top early on, money clip over the top, goes for a roll-up. Scott rolled all the way through. Both men go for a drop kick. They know each other so well. Very nicely done. And both of these fans, or both of these competitors rather, getting adulation from the fans for that fantastic start to this encounter. Goes for the handshake once again, and a good, very nicely done. This is very, very respectful. Well, you can hear the audience right here getting absolutely involved and into this Greco-Roman knuckle lock to get this started, this sequence right here. Nicely done. I think this is pretty even. Scott then goes with his right foot all the way behind. We're going to see almost a neck bridge right there. Actually, no neck bridge at all. It was just all the way down, all that core strength right there. And for Scott, now we see the neck bridge, of course. Neck bridge all the way back up again. Tremendous core strength. Trip then from Scott. Two-handed lateral press. Trying to get that pinfall cover with the two-handed lateral press. And look at, there's the neck bridge from Reece Riley. Scott comes in. All the way up then. Wheelbarrow attempt. Goes for a bulldog, blocked. Goes for a back suplex. Lands on his feet. Catches the foot. Spins him round. Enziguri attempt then. Hit on the back of Joey Scott, said Reece Riley then. Irish whip here, or rather charge to the corner. No Irish whip. He's charging to the corner yet again. Beautiful European uppercuts in the corner. Now we get the Irish whip. Joey Scott up. Oh, he's now down. Backflip. He's asking right to come. Very good sweep of the legs. Moonsault on the feet. What a fantastic encounter this has been thus far, ladies and gentlemen. A match worthy of LDN Capital TV, episode 12 main event. Don't forget though, folks, we do still have the Battle Royale, the Rumble, if you will, coming up at the end of this encounter. And I'm hearing that the disciplinary committee have met and have made a ruling with regards to the actions of the referee in our earlier encounter. And we'll bring you the outcome of that momentarily. But Joey Scott then hits a nice Emerald Fusion kick. But it wasn't enough to put away Reece Riley, as Joey Scott right now on top, as one would expect. he's pretty much going to know what Reece Riley's going to bring. But if Reece Riley can pull out a surprise here, this would be a, well, number one, the title would change hands, which would be a tremendous achievement for the youngster. But number two, it would be a tremendous shock for our LDN wrestling fans who have got very accustomed to the fact that Joey Scott is the Capital Champion. Joey Scott with a nice missile drop, standing missile drop kick right there. Gets him in the corner. Turns that wrist then, a little bit of extra torque on the Irish whip into the post. Joey Scott's charging in. Oh, he missed the avalanche. He missed the avalanche. Riley then goes for a very quick roll-up. Devastating move right there. The most devastating move in all of sports entertainment. Snapmare takeover lifted. Oh, rolling, flipping senton bomb right there. This could be all over. Just a 2 count. Now Scott just getting that 2 count. Riley showing tremendous perseverance. Well, I don't think the crowd have been quiet at any point of this encounter. And once again, they're getting very, very loud once again here. Exceptionally loud, of course, here at the Princess Theatre in Clacton. Belly to back suplex, dropped nicely. Scott goes for a cover, pins with the hook of the leg, just a 2 count. Well, the crowd then seems like they are thinking that Joey Scott has got this on the up and up, and one would expect so with this experienced champion's advantage, of course. Goes for another belly to back suplex. This time Riley lands on his feet. Oh, and hits a missile dropkick from behind, and it looks like Scott is in a very precarious position as Reece Riley hits the ropes. Oh, Scott comes back. Tilt-a-whirl, backbreaker from Riley. And an inside-out gut-wrench suplex, goes for a cover. No pressure on the shoulders right there from Riley. He did hook the leg, but just a 2 count after that gut-wrench suplex. Reece Riley has been absolutely tremendous in this encounter from the youngster. I think he has got a great future here in British wrestling. Riley then goes for Joey Scott. Irish whip attempt. Nicely done, goes for a back body drop, but Scott saw it coming, hits a big kick and then a missile drop kick. Scott right to his feet. What athleticism from our champion right here. Scott builds up that momentum. There's the avalanche in the corner. Rolls through, comes through back. Oh, went for a forearm right there, did not get it. Lucha head scissors puts Joey Scott onto the ropes, and this time Riley might well see the move we have all been waiting for. It's a 619 from Reece Riley, and Riley then going up to the middle rope, climbing up to the top rope. What are we going to see from Reece Riley, the high flyer? Frog splash, or just a 2 count right there. Not quite a frog splash, more just like a high splash off the top rope, getting a 2 count, but not quite getting the 3 count. Riley then, if once is good, twice must be better. He's going up to the top rope again, but looks like Joey Scott had him scouted, but so did Riley, throwing that forearm. But Scott this time climbing back up, meeting him then on the middle rope, and Scott has got that overhook in there. He's got him hooked in. Underhook now. Oh, beautiful move right there. That is a version of the Spanish fly. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all that Joey Scott needed to take Reece Riley down. And Joey Scott has successfully retained the LDN Capital Championship in a tremendous encounter. Well, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Joey Scott. But coming up right now is a battle royale, a rumble, if you will. And we will be heading right the way back to Grays. And, well, I'm hearing word right now that the disciplinary committee have met and they have formulated their decision. And it looks like the referee is being made to compete in this battle royale as a result of a poor decision. And, well, the ref's in the center of the ring. Josh Faulkner's there. I see Alan Lee Travis, MBM. I see Filthy Phil Powers in the ring. And it looks like the referee, too, is in this ring. And the referee is being... Oh, he's been chopped in the corner there by 1. Chopped in the corner by 2. Powers refusing MBM getting in there, MDM getting in, and then Phil Powers then coming in. Oh, the referee then has dropped Phil Powers, and Josh Faulkner has won. And ladies and gentlemen, the highlights of that Rumble brought to you right there, given that Josh Faulkner is able to get his just deserved and his victory tonight. Thank you very much for joining us, folks. I have been Reginald Kensington III, and we have been proud to bring you British wrestling at its finest right here. Congratulations to Josh Faulkner picking up his victory here. Congratulations to the hotshot Joey Scott. Please make sure you are subscribing to LDN Wrestling here on YouTube. I've been Reginald Kensington III. Thank you for tuning in.